What's going on, guys? Shaunus here. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to continue where we left off last time, which is the second page, the value page. Now, before I start even getting into these things, I want to talk about a couple of things which is really important. Number one, if you haven't watched the first video, make sure you do it. Otherwise, this video is not going to make sense at all. Right? So if it's your first time stumbling upon this video, make sure you watch the first. Make sure you watch the first part. I'm going to leave a link right up here. Also, there's going to be a link in the description if you, for some reason, cannot click on that. Make sure you do that. Otherwise, this video is just not going to make any sense. Okay, so that's the first one. Second thing, something I noticed in the previous video, the part one, was that a lot of people left a comment. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I got a lot of feedback from you guys. So I want to ask you to leave a comment. Like the previous one. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you want me to talk about anything specific in the next video, or if you have any input. If you have any ideas to make this much easier for people. All right. So because obviously when it comes to just making money online and making money on Clickbank, there isn't really one way to do anything. There are multiple ways to do these things. So I'm just sharing how I do it, but we can do it in multiple different ways. All right, so let's get it started. So I'm going to talk about value page. So in the previous video, we created the catch page. So that's this one, right? Second, right now we're going to talk about the value page. This is an important page because this plays a major role. So if you remember, I talked about, so the way the strategy, let's run over it real quick. The way the strategy works is that we're going to have 3 pages. The first one is it's like a landing page, not quite landing page because we're not collecting any leads really. Okay, so people land on this catch page and then they go to the value. Okay, this is where they read. All right, so the catch page is like a tease page. You say, hey, this is going to help you to do that. So you kind of grab their attention. It's like a tease, and then you send them to this page. And again, there are no opt-ins. We're not doing any lead generations for this particular funnel. So they go to the value page. Now the value page is like that funnel, that ebook. Like when you do lead generation, you gotta have something, right? You either providing a video training or an ebook or something like that. There's something that you're providing, right? So this is basically your reward. That's what you're giving to them. So the value page is going to be like some sort of information page, and at the end you're gonna send them to the solution page, which is like the pre-sale page. All right, so let's talk about the template of this, and then we're going to go to my computer and set this up real quick. All right, so the value page is I'm just going to try to do this template in front of you. So the value page, it's going to start with a headline. Now the thing is, this needs to continue what you promised in the previous page. So the previous one was catch page. So you gotta fulfill that promise, the promise that you made, which was whatever, right? In that previous page, you gotta fulfill that promise. That the headline itself should answer that question a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit. Tease them to read the whole thing, or if you have a video, watch it. I usually go with reading something because you want to save up the video for the last one, which is the solution page. We'll get there in the next part, but yeah. So that's the headline, and then you gotta start with some content. I usually try to not have much of a bulky stuff in there. Like bulky, by bulky I mean like mix it up with images and stuff like that, so it's not going to be boring for people to read, because there's just this mentality, because people don't pay attention these days. So there's this mentality that when people see a huge page with something long, like a long article, they just immediately just turn around. They don't read it. So you want to make it interesting, with interesting headlines, with interesting content, images, stuff like that. Just make it interesting so they at least scroll through it. You cannot expect everyone to read this, because no one reads really, but you just want to kind of get their mind ready. Again, the whole point of this process is to get their mind out of the search phase into decision making phase, which is your pages, which that's what you do, right? So yeah, again, images, we'll talk about that. I'm not gonna get into the research stuff because this is something that I talk about in detail in Gold Masterclass. But yeah, so detail stuff, and then what you do is obviously you gotta have some images, and you're gonna have a button that takes them to the solution page. All right, so again, the whole point is provide some value. Again, this is what we call the value page, right? So provide some value, teach them something, and send them to the next page. That's it. All right, so let's go to my computer. Let's start building this. Just want to show you this whole thing in action. Obviously, that's the whole point of this training series. So let's go over there and let's finish it up over there. Okay, so sorry for that speech there. Just trying to do this as fast as possible. So I got something for you here that's going to help us a lot when it comes to just explaining this whole thing. I have the whole blueprint here. It's just going to make my life much easier if I need to explain this. All right, now another thing that I want to mention, guys, is that I'm gonna speed this up real quick because this is gonna take a while and I don't want you to watch the whole thing. So I'm gonna speed this up. Obviously I'm gonna show the important stuff, but I'm gonna speed this up, so if you see stuff cutting out of the way, don't get confused. All right, so let's get it started. I'm gonna talk about the content. Now I'm not gonna get into the whole writing strategy because that's something I explained inside Gold Masterclass, and the thing is, this writing the whole content strategy is pretty complicated. There's a lot of things that you gotta get right, like these points that you just gotta do. But I'm gonna get and talk about a couple of stuff. All right, so the first one is subheadlines. People are not going to read your content. They're not gonna read a whole page. It's not likely they're gonna read it. They're just gonna kind of glance through it. So you gotta give them that ability to do that. You gotta give them that ability to just glance through the content. So you need to use subheadlines. It's really important. I see I'm just using a lot of subheadlines. And another thing you want to do is you want to use images. All right, so you just don't want to have like a pure text page. That's just a big no-no. All right, that's the second one. And next one, which is an important one, is your call to action. So I get a call to action here. It's quite simple, it just kind of takes them from the value to the pitch. So it takes them, it says, hey, if you want to learn more about this thing that is helping a lot of people, you gotta check it out. So I got some placements. I just, before I do these things, I set up the whole template, so it's just gonna be kind of a copy and paste for me. Even that copy and paste takes time, but yeah. So yeah, that's the content I have right here. So let's get started. Let's start building this thing. I'm kind of trying to talk fast. So let's start a page and let's start building this thing. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this page. So you could actually do this with Thrive. You could just copy pages. So this way you can just reuse the template that you've already created. It's pretty cool. That helps a lot. All right, so let's copy this thing real quick. All right, let's wait for it to load. All right, so I'm gonna save this diet. I'm just gonna call this diet. Save this. There you go. That's saved. Let's go to page and let's create a new page. I'm gonna call this 2-week diet value. 2 diet value. Alright, so yeah, let's go to the page. Alright, so we got the page. Let's edit it with this and let's import that template and start building it. And that's gonna take some time because yeah, let's put this over here. So, alright, so let's go ahead, let's import this, saved landing pages, diet. There you go. So let's start putting this, let's start adding this content. All right, so I'm gonna start with the call to action because that's the part I want to get right before I even add anything. So let's start doing this. Let's add it kind of a headline. I'll just copy this thing. There you go. Let's drop it right here. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller so it doesn't interfere with the main title. And then adding this content. Alright, so yeah, image. I'm gonna drop the image. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do this as fast as possible, so I don't waste too much time. So let's do that before and after image. I already have some of these images. I gotta look for the rest of them, but I'll have some of them. Alright, so there you go. Let's do this. Let's put this in the middle. make this a little bit smaller. I want them to see the button. Alright, so we get the call to action. So the call to action says watch the free training video, click to watch, click to watch the free video, training video, free video. There you go. Okay, so that's that, and let's add that thing there I was gonna add. Let's see if there is a way to add something like a message or something. There you go. That is badass. Alright, so let's do this actually. That is good. 10 is good. Alright, there you go. So I just want to have this thing here. It's like a selling point, but it's pretty cool. So that's that. That's the call to action part. Alright, so let's take a look. The thing with Thrive is that you can actually look at it on other devices as well, so you could set that up. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's start adding the content. That's the important part. I'm just gonna try putting this somewhere that is not gonna block my view. Okay, so let's start adding that. So yeah. Alright, so that's the first one. I just need to like kind of copy this thing. Guys, these stuff that you see I'm doing, like the whole setting these small stuff up, like changing these numbers and stuff, I would like to teach you these stuff, but you just have to learn it, or like I talk about these things in detail inside Gold Masterclass, but yeah, I'm not gonna get into details of it. Alright, so let's set that up. Look for fruit juice online. Just have to like look for some pictures and stuff, and for some reason my computer is slow. Damn, not working with me. Alright, so let's find that. Let's grab this. We're good. So like, I took some time, you know, I was just trying to do this whole thing at least as good as I can. So yeah, let's just save this thing. Now it's saved, and so let's go through this page and refresh it. Should be good to go. There you go. Alright, so that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect this page to this one. So we want to make sure when someone clicks on here, they're gonna land on this page, which is they're gonna land on this page, right? So yeah, let's edit that, and that's pretty much the last thing we're gonna do on this page. All right, again, there's a lot of details, but obviously I'm not gonna take too much of your time. But yeah, so let's just click on this button, URL. Let's make sure it doesn't open anything. That's it. Now we go. Good. All right, so let's refresh this one. Now if we go here and click, that should take us to that page. Nope, that didn't happen. Let's see what happened there. I think I made a mistake. I think I did. Let's check it out. Come on, load up quick. Alright. Okay, that didn't save for some reason. See it now? There you go. Now it's saved. Okay. All right, good. Now, see, guys, so this is the first page, the tease page, or we call it the catch page, and now the value page. All right, this goes to the solution page, which we're going to talk about in the next video. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. I'd really appreciate it if you just do that and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber, because I'm posting these videos. I'm posting videos every single day, but I'm posting this training series, this Clickbank training series, every 2-3 days. So make sure you subscribe to my channel to get a notification about this training series. I know a lot of people like it, and this is something that I haven't really done on my channel, and I haven't really shared this much detail. But yeah, so if you want to learn some cool stuff, again, if you want to follow this training series that we're doing here, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, if you want to learn more, learn all these things in detail, you should definitely check out the Gold Masterclass. The thing about making money online on Clickbank and affiliate marketing in general is that there isn't really one way to make money online. As I explained, if you remember, I mentioned that you can do something when you're doing online business. You can do a simple task in many different ways. You know, you could use different tools to achieve the same thing. You can use different funnels to achieve the same thing. And the thing is, with affiliate marketing and selling affiliate products, a lot of people don't know that there isn't just one way to make money online or promote affiliate products. What you need to do is you need to find the right funnel for the right product. So you got to choose the product, and then you got to figure out what's the best strategy to promote that product based on its niche, based on the sales pages, based on a lot of different factors. So that's why, you know, people try to apply the same thing to multiple different products basically, and they don't get results, or they get mediocre results because it just doesn't work like that. So if you want to learn all these things in Gold Masterclass, what I do is I teach these different strategies first, and then I explain which one to use for what, and you're going to see all these things in detail. You're going to see me actually setting up the sites. What I'm showing you here is pretty it's not as much details, because there's a lot of things that I don't talk about, like the research phase, how to do the article right, how to set up the content right in a way that is going to be interesting to people. There's a lot of small details that is going to make a huge difference. So if you want to learn more, you should definitely check out the Gold Masterclass. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'm going to leave a link to Gold Masterclass in the description as well, and I'll see you in the next one.